Good afternoon. Today we are going to start talking about street art and its purpose out in the public world. So, today's topic and introduction to our new art project is titled Street Art Has a Voice, Art and Politics. So, this can get into some pretty heavy stuff pretty quick, but I do want you to keep an open mind as we are moving along here with the thought of politics and how art plays a role in that. Some of the goals we're going to hit for this project specifically is you will be able to demonstrate proper use of visuals according to how they are applied to work, meaning you will be able to use reference pictures and reference observations to create your artwork. You'll also be able to create a clear design artwork that clearly shows an idea. So, not only are we creating something inspired from street art, but we need to learn how to clearly communicate our ideas visually as well as verbally when it comes to things such as politics. So, those are the goals we will hit this time around. Some of the vocabulary we will be learning along the way are going to be street art, symbolism, graffiti, politics, and the element of art value. So, what is street art to you? What are some of the first things you think about? So, street art, in this sense, is an unofficial and independent visual art created in public locations for public visibility. Street art is associated with the terms independent art, post graffiti, neo graffiti, and guerrilla art. So, again, the highlight moment of what street art is it is the artwork made for public purposes. Now, here's an important question I do have for you. Is street art legal? And we're going to jump into what makes artwork in the public eye legal and what makes it illegal, which is a pretty delicate balance between the art world and its purpose serving for the public. Sorry. Um, so, the way that street art is legal is pretty simple. Street art can be legal if you have permission by the appropriate parties to create the artwork at the specific site. Say we have a street art that is located on a building. If you, as an artist, have permission from the building owner or the city or whomever you have to go through to get that proper permission, whether that be verbally or in writing, as in a contract, then the street art in itself is legal, which is why then we go on to naming that type of art a mural or an installation, therefore taking away that connotation of legality. So, again, if you have written or verbal permission by the appropriate parties to place the artwork on a building, on a street, or anywhere in the public domain, then it is legal. To make street art illegal is to go around and not have permission to install that artwork in that specific site. Pretty simple ideas. So then what is graffiti? Graffiti is a art form that is used in the public domain as well. You can see this on things such as train carts. When the trains pass by and you see all of that graffiti, you can see them on bridges, on buildings. You may even see them inside galleries, depending on the type of artwork the artist makes. Graffiti is a very elaborate style of font to create a word in a very artistic manner. If you look at the image provided to you on the screen, you can tell that this here is a sort of graffiti artwork. Now, to what it says necessarily, I'm not 100% sure. For me, it looks like it says miles. As this here is the M, here's the I with a dot, an L, an E, and an S. Then we have the word one. However, other people might see a different word within that graffiti lettering. Here's another example of graffiti, and perhaps even going as far as to calling it a mural, as this probably took an ample amount of time, whether that be weeks or months. And this specific one says Chicago. There are there are drawings inside of the letters specifically to kind of show off what Chicago has to offer, such as the Cubs baseball. We have hockey. We have all other sports within the letter here represented in Chicago. We have their deep dish pizza, we have a skyline. Again, a little bit that is shown about Chicago within the letters. Here is another form of graffiti. This one specifically says resist. What kind of a feeling does that word give you? Does it mean anything specific? Do you think it's in a specific place for a reason? What is the purpose of this graffiti artwork? And why the word resist? Some people may think this is located in the US, but could it really be? Maybe it's in a different country altogether. So these are things you want to think about as we move into our own projects. Here is another form. We are in this together, and love is spelt with the hand gestures. Think about this one. Is this one legal or illegal? What makes it legal or illegal? And what is the meaning behind this? Why love spelt out with hand motions? So, what is the definition of politics? And here's Uncle Sam pointing at you, an artwork that was made back in World War II to recruit people in the military. Politics is a set of activities that are associated with making decisions in groups or other forms of power relations between individuals, such as the distribution of resources or status. This can also be defined as a set of beliefs about the laws and things going on in the place where you live. Some politics are on a smaller scale, like the rules in your city, while other politics are on a state or national level. So, as we think about topics that are important to us and how we're going to incorporate this in graffiti, we're going to think about things in our area, maybe personal, or maybe on the local or even national level. Here's Rosie the Riveter, another artwork specifically made for the World War II era that encouraged women to get into the workforce while the men were off in the military fighting in the war. Now take a look at this artwork. It says vandal, but there is a suited man on top reading a newspaper. What is the feeling that this one specifically gives to you? What are some of the things that you read into it? As we go through our street art here, you will see that a lot of the things can mean beyond a deeper meaning. Here are a couple having an intimate moment, but they're wearing masks. What does that mean? What is the symbolism behind that? What is the meaning behind them having this moment, but they are wearing a mask? What about this one here? What does it mean for this child to pull back a curtain and see all of these jumbled words or mess in the background? Or this one. Although it's colorful, why are people telling us to believe? What kind of feeling does this word give you with the colors and the shapes and everything that's going on around it? Or this one. And although things are colorful throughout the painting itself, you can see words such as crime or in the ways. What do these things mean? Again, graffiti can mean more than one thing. But as we're going into our projects, the thing I am going to challenge you to do is to choose one word that has a deep meaning. It can be politically related or personally related. In my instance here, and I will include a photograph as well, my word is opportunity. Opportunity because my parents were immigrants from Mexico and they migrated over to give themselves a better chance at living, a better opportunity. But not only that, they gave up their livelihood to give their children a better opportunity to make it in the world. So, opportunity for me was the one word that really stood out to me. For other people, that might be hope. And in other instances, that might be something like dream. So, think about the word that you want to use and give it some deep thought. What about that one word makes it so important to you? And as we go into this project, I have provided a couple of links for you so that you can click on them. Once you pick your one word, you can go ahead and go into the graffiti generator, and I'll show you how to get there here in just a moment. Waiting until this loads up. So you'll go into your junior high classroom. And in the announcements, I have included little ways down here, some graffiti generators to try so you can try your word out without having to think about the graffiti letters that you're going to draw and use. I use the second one. You can go to see more, and there are plenty of samples to look through. So I'm gonna try this one here. It's kind of like an old English styled lettering. And right here, your text, you can type in the word you're going to use. You can have giant letters. You can play around with that. You can even play around with the colors of your letter, which is pretty awesome. And once you are done with that, you press enter and the generator will show you how to do graffiti letters with the specific font that you want. And you will take what you create here and put it onto paper in a larger format, which is what we are doing currently in class. If you have any questions, please let me know. But again, I'm challenging to pick one word that means something deep to you. And again, it doesn't have to be political, it can be personal, it could be something you strongly believe in, but pick one word. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. Otherwise, I hope you have a good time creating.